We are currently living in turbulent times. Looms of recession and mass layoffs and fear, scarcity, lack, limitation, shouting from the rooftops. Today, I'm going to share with you how you can thrive through uncertainty, because the reality is there are individuals who thrive in every industry, in every economy. And those individuals are ones who know how to master their state. Because when you can master your state, you master your reality. So today, what I want to help you do is take your power back. When you understand that your state is what's creating your external results, nothing can faze you. It doesn't matter what's happening to your neighbor or coworker or a family member, because when you understand that you are the creator of your reality, you can create any outcome you choose despite the external noise. And that's what's really been at top of mind for me lately. It is noisy out there. It is easy to fall into doom scrolling. So now it is more important than ever that you have to start being mindful and intentional of what you're consuming. I haven't watched the news in over a decade, but even the media is everywhere on all of our social networks. So pay attention to what you're consuming, because other people's beliefs can start to phase you. And if those beliefs aren't serving you, it's time to let them go. So let's get to the basics, how this all begins, how you can thrive through uncertainty, and why it's your state that creates your reality. So as quantum physics teaches us, and even I share this quote often, but Nikola Tesla said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. You are an energetic being, and we live in an energetic universe. Even more important, quantum physics has proven that we can only perceive through our senses less than 0.001% of reality, meaning we are missing out and can't even perceive more than 99.99% of reality. So we are seeing less than 1% of, quote, the truth, reality. So knowing that, you have to take time to go within. Sensory deprivation, this is powerful through the idea of meditation and breath work. But for example, when I meditate, I wear an eye mask, I wear noise canceling headphones. I want to quiet all of the external noise and chaos so I can go within, so I can quiet the internal and connect to the unknown, the void, the 99.99% we can't see, because that's where all of reality is coming from. It's known as the quantum field. So I'm not focused on the less than 1% of the external out there. I want to go and connect to the 99.99% that we can't see. This is how you thrive through uncertainty. You have to master state, master self, and connect with the true source, and you can become unstoppable. So going back to the idea of energy, frequency, and vibration, your thoughts are an electrical charge. So thoughts are electrical. Think of them like an impulse. Your thoughts are the broadcast, sending signals out. However, it's your emotions that then become magnetic. So your emotions are the magnet that are drawing like experiences back to you. So pay attention right now. Let's pause. Look at your current results. Look at your bank account. Look at your health, your relationships, business, and success. If you have unwanted results, it means that you have unwanted thoughts and emotional states driving your behaviors, creating that. Another way of saying this, that your external world is simply a reflection of your internal state of being. So you have to understand all of the pieces at play in order to take your power back. So here's the reality. Most people are living in autopilot. Unconscious, same shit, different day. They think the same thoughts, feel the same emotional states, take the same actions, and nothing in their life changes, and they wonder why. That is the insanity loop. And if you're living in autopilot and unconscious, you are very easily susceptible to other people's beliefs and information, aka the news, the fear mongering. However, when you take your power back and you are mindful and intentional, and I'm going to walk you through a process so you can do this daily, doing the daily energetic mindset and emotional reps, you can create any reality you choose. So understanding this, your thoughts are electrical, your emotions are magnetic, and it's your thoughts and emotions that then drive your behaviors, your habits. This is it. These three things create what's called your identity. So your identity is made up of your habitual thoughts, emotions, and actions. And the first step to creating change in life is always awareness. So you have to start becoming conscious or aware what thoughts aren't serving you. What emotions, fear, worry, doubt, insecure, overwhelmed, bored, aren't serving you. What habits aren't serving you? Procrastinating, being inconsistent, numbing out on vices. This is what you first have to become aware of. So remember, energy, frequency, and vibration are the secrets of the universe. Your thoughts are electrical, so your thoughts and emotions are creating your vibration. So think about it like this. And you have an electromagnetic field that can be measured. And when you are thinking high vibe thoughts, when you are feeling empowered, when you have confidence, when you have conviction, you have a quote, high vibration, an expanded electromagnetic field. And when you're thinking and feeling on these higher states of awareness, these higher states of consciousness, you're going to experience wanted results because your field is expanded. Your field is light and high. However, when you're living unconscious and autopilot, your field is contracted. You're in fear, you're in lack, you're in scarcity, you're in doubt, and you're in worry. And that field, that magnet is going to draw back more unwanted experiences. So how do you break the loop? How do you break out of the masses so you can thrive through uncertainty? The first step, as I've already shared, is awareness. You have to become aware of your identity, of your state of being. And now that you understand your vibration is creating your results, think about it like this. Life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Life is a boomerang. Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you think and feel habitually, you can only draw back like experiences. So if you have unwanted experiences, take 100% responsibility. This is not blame or judgment. You're just waking up from being unconscious so you can take the power back. It's like getting back in the driver's seat of your life. So you have to become aware, okay, you know what? Thinking that money is hard to come by, or I'm not going to make it, or listening to the fear mongering isn't serving you. Living in emotions of fear, let's write them down. Living in fear, doubt, worry, lack aren't serving you. These emotional states will keep you in that contracted state, getting more of the same. So what do you have to do? Second step, now that you've become aware of those thoughts and emotions that aren't serving, that are keeping you what's known as survival mode, keeping you contracted, keeping you getting more of the unwanted, how do you break the loop? How do you break the cycle? That is a phenomenal question. Thank you for asking. This is exactly what I coach my clients through, and I'm going to walk you through. If you want to fast track where you are and get out of survival mode, get out of your own way and start thriving in life, this is exactly what I coach my clients through. You can learn more and schedule a breakthrough session. I will include the link below, but it's also on my website, heatherhakes.com. So the second step, once you've become aware of who you are being, the next step is the identity shift. So let's write this down, and then I'll walk you through how you do this. Because now that you understand who you are being, this version of you is creating unwanted results. So how do you get wanted results? You have to change. Think of this like reinventing yourself, creating version 2.0. because when you start thinking new thoughts, feeling new emotional states, taking new actions, you get a different reality. You have shifted your identity. Now let me simplify this. Your identity creates your reality. So we can reverse engineer this. So if these three create your reality, and they do, equals reality. And you don't like the dollar in your bank account. You don't like being single or the current situationship that you're in. You don't like the current lack, scarcity in your business. If you don't like any current reality, let's reverse engineer how you can shift it into a wanted result. And your results are based off who you are being. So now let's get into it. How do you shift identity? How do you reinvent yourself? I'm gonna walk you through literally the exact steps on how I do this. But for me, this really comes down to it's energetic maintenance. You have to realize this isn't a one-time thing, just like going to the gym. You don't go to the gym one time and do bicep curls and you're set for life. Being healthy and fit is a lifestyle. It's a way of being. Same thing goes for your reality. Abundance is a state of mind. It's a reflection of your consciousness, your identity. Having thriving relationships, being happy, fulfilled, and having the freedom that you seek is always and only a reflection of your state of being. So you have to think about this as a daily recalibration, recalibrating your energy so that your thoughts, emotions, and actions don't default to your old state of being. You have to remind yourself every day who you want to be so that you're thinking the thoughts, emotions, and habits of that next version of you. So let me walk you through this process. This is where I want to bring in what I call my 5R framework. And again, remember, these are things that I do every single day because it's your energy maintenance. It's just like you brush your teeth every day, you drink water every day, you eat every day, you sleep every day. Some of this does become monotonous, but that's how you take your power back. This is how you thrive through uncertainty because you're no longer allowing the external forces to dictate your internal state. Write that down. I no longer allow external forces to dictate my internal state. When you master your internal state, you master reality. So my 5R framework goes like this. The first step is every single morning, you have to regulate. This is about regulating your nervous system. Because when you're living in survival, when you're living in those lower vibration emotional states, fear, doubt, worry, insecure, your nervous system is dysregulated. Think of it like internal chaos. You have a weak Wi-Fi signal. You have static and a lot of noise because of those emotional states. So the first step to taking your power back and start thriving, you have to regulate your nervous system. You have to create calm and coherence internally before you can start thriving and create wanted results. So this is the first step. Now there are several ways you can go about doing this, but I'm going to give you two. You can do this through breath work. So breathing in, let's say to a count of 5, holding for 3, and then a longer exhale for 7 seconds. That's a 15-second loop. In for 5, pause for 3, exhale for 7. This brings you back to the present moment, regulating your nervous system, and now you have coherence, you have calm. And from this state of being, now you have the power to be intentional. So the second step is about rewire. And this is rewiring your belief system. So when you're in this state, when you're not chaotic and stressed out, when you're in this calm, coherent state, you're in theta brainwaves. And when you're in a theta brainwave state, your analytical, logical mind, it's like the door opens up from your conscious, 5% of your mind. This door opens up and now you have access to 95% of your operating system known as your subconscious mind. In this state of being, now that we've regulated and we're calm, now we're in theta. In theta brainwave state, you are suggestible to information. This is like self-hypnosis. You get to hypnotize the thoughts, emotions, and state of being that you want to create in your life. So the second step, while you're in this regulated state, now you get to impress on your subconscious mind through thinking and feeling what you want to express in your reality. So this is where you're rewiring your belief system. So this is the idea of where affirmations could come into play, but affirmations on their own do not work because affirmations are only using 5% of your conscious mind. However, in this regulated state, when you're in theta brainwaves, your brainwaves have really slowed down and now you are suggestible to information. When you combine both a thought and a feeling, thinking and feeling abundant, empowered, confident, grateful, joy, whatever that thought is, that end result that you desire, when you're thinking and feeling in alignment, this is like fertilizing and nurturing the seeds you have planted, and you always reap what you sow. So the second step here, when you're in this meditative regulated state, is rewiring the thinking and feeling that you want to experience in your life. Third step, this is about mental rehearsal. So you want to rehearse the new identity. Here's what I mean by this. Your mind, we know this from pro athletes, Olympians as an example, but your mind does not know the difference between imagination and reality. When you close your eyes and you have that sensory deprivation and you're being intentional with what you're thinking and feeling, and you have a vivid sensory experience in your imagination, thinking and feeling that end scene, thinking and feeling and seeing that dollar amount, thinking and feeling being on that loving date or getting engaged or whatever that is for you, speaking on stage, whatever that success is for you, when you're imagining it and you are being that version of you now. This is where neuroplasticity comes into play. And Hebb's law states, nerve cells that fire together, wire together, which simply means you are implanting what you want to experience in your life. And remember, the brain does not know the difference between imagination and reality. So you are now wiring those synaptic connections in your mind, and you will experience it in your reality when you do this through repetition and consistency. So the fourth step is maintaining and sustaining this state of being throughout the day. So for example, some people might have a really successful morning meditation. Those first 15, 20 minutes of your day, or maybe even that first hour, you're like in a really zen, balanced, regulated state. But then if you spend the next 16 hours of your day falling back, defaulting to the old state, you're stressed, you're burned out, you're reactive, you're triggered, you've defaulted to the old state. Now it's like you erased all of your morning progress. So the key is, this isn't just in the moment. It's like eating an organic breakfast and then eating fast food the rest of the day. This has to become the lifestyle. But when you radiate, and here's what I mean by this, when you maintain and sustain this identity, this state of being throughout your day, step 5 becomes inevitable. And step 5 is you will then receive or experience wanted results, the manifestation. Now this is proven through quantum physics. This is even some of this I've weaved in some ancient wisdom, but this is truly what it comes down to. So in order to break and go from unwanted, so you're unwanted, broke, scarcity, stressed out, current reality, to wanted, you have to learn how to master your internal state. You have to get back in the driver's seat of your life. And you do this through these 5 steps, which I want to quickly summarize. And the biggest thing here is just listening to this or just watching this is not going to make you more self-aware or master your reality. However, if you apply what I'm teaching to you today, I promise you, what you want is inevitable. You will experience change in your life and you can start living with wanted results. And this is how you do it. Now, this comes down to the daily disciplines the daily practices of putting this into play. Because as I stated in the very beginning, your frequency, your state of being is creating your external reality. So when you can master self, you master your results. And you do these 5 steps. You first need to regulate your nervous system. So getting out of that chaos and calm and regulating to create presence and bring all of your energy back so you can have a strong Wi-Fi signal, no longer static and noise. Once you've regulated, now you get to impress on your subconscious mind the beliefs that you want to experience in your reality. You then are going to mentally rehearse a vivid experience, imagining yourself in the end state, thinking and feeling as this new version of you. When you radiate, when you can maintain and sustain this level of identity throughout your day, what you want becomes inevitable. Now, I would love to hear from you. What questions do you have? And even better, once you've put this into play, come back and share your wins below. So no matter what is going on in the external, all of that noise does not have to impact you when you learn how to master your internal state. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop. And give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.